Hello everyone. Very good morning. So today we are going to discuss about the web application development, like as in basics. Thanks for joining. Today we'll go through static web apps and dynamic web app. What and all will be there. Why do we need it? Because in just a second. Yeah. So why do we need it? Later point of time, we do work with web applications itself. So either it could be Java or it could be Python based web apps. But it's better we know some basics and start further. Okay. So yeah, just a second. So what is a web app? Okay. So I'll increase the font a bit. So yeah. So what do you mean a web app is? Web app is nothing but an application where it is hosted somewhere else. Okay. So let's take a local applications as in which they run in your laptop. So they do perform the operations as you decide, but they do it in your laptop. Whereas web applications do the processing in the server side, as in somewhere outside, somewhere a different place. As in, let's take you have a purpose. Okay. So the purpose is you given JPG files. Okay. You want to convert into PDF. So you can host this application yourself, or you can open a website which is already there. Okay. So the website, it does the functionality what you decided. So where this website hosted, it hosted in a different instance, like something like EC2 instance or some place. Okay. So you can take consideration of the games. Okay. So games are also it's placed somewhere. Like you have offline games, you have online games. So online games as in server side, they were hosted in the server side. Okay. So all the processing will happen in your phone plus the server side also. So you can take something like e-journals, okay, or news applications. So those are all static. The data would not change over the time, or something like blocks. So the data would not change. It is hosted at somewhere, someplace. Okay. So there are website where the data it doesn't change. It is static website. Okay. Uh, if there are a website where the data changes happen, some data change happens in the server side, that is called the dynamic website. Example of static website, it could be any hotel application or anything. You just go there, you just see, okay, what is there, and then you'll see the find the contact number and all. So we'll host a small static application today. Okay. So the static application KJ, so we have three components. So one is HTML. HTML is the hypertext markup language. Yeah. After this, we have CSS. So that will, what to say, smooth the things. Okay. You can put some customized background, or you can do some prettify the things, something like how to say. Okay. You can customize the view, how it does look to the users. Okay. And whereas JavaScript, So JavaScript, it does the functionality. It will make the website active, as in it will does the functionality based on you given something. You can take something like HTML forms. Okay. So let me take one example. How does a EC2 instance? So I have a code here. Okay. Or I can do here itself, and I can create here something. So see, these all things would have come in the graduation part, but it is okay. We'll just going through one time. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll create a file, index.html, and I'll write some data there. Okay. So this is VS Code editor. You can use it going forward if you are editing any scripts or something. Okay. So let me make the scripts. Yeah, FYI, my voice is audible, right? Hello. Okay, thank you. So in the HTML, you have a base tag, base HTML tag. Okay, so here we will mention hello world. Okay, I think it defined as what is it? Just a HTML page. Let me file extension. Okay, so just the text one it is. So now I saved it as a HTML file. So I'll try to open it with a browser. So this is what it's saying, hello world. Okay, so I'll add some data to it. Okay, you have a header, you have a head. So here in the head tag, you will mention the title. Okay. So, okay. My bad. Let me open the file again. Yeah. So what do we do? Here we'll have a head, and in the head. So what VS Code does is it will help you autofill. Okay. So the syntax and all. So in the head, I will give the title. This is a uh, static app for the yeah. So this is a static app for the light. Okay. Or let's say zoom. Okay. So head is closed, and then you have body. Okay. So now if I go and open my web page again, if I do it refresh, okay. Yeah. So the title is displayed here in the browser bar. and the content is displayed here. Okay. So what I can do, I can also specify the headings, as in this could be H1, headings as in H1 tag. Okay. Mm, think let me see the size. How to, so yeah, the heading came in the H1. So what I'll do, I'll keep it H4, and the next of the size I'll keep it as H6 or H5. So yeah, you have a heading display like this, and you have a body. Okay. So let's say if I want to do a div, right? So this is a div. Not going for div, but let me say a table. Okay. Rows count is equal to 2. In column count is equal to 2. So you have a table header, th. Let me increase it. So yeah, you have a table header. This is the heading. Um and you have a table row. Okay. And you have a table data also. Okay, let me see how does it look like. So I'm saving it and I'm doing a refresh. Okay. So it's displaying fine. I think it's not displaying the content profile. Okay. So we have a table row and then table header. Okay. Table, you have again the table row name and then the table header as in the content. Okay. So let me do the refresh. Yeah. So this is how the table content comes in. So we need to specify the we still need to specify more of row borders and all. I didn't specify the borders properly. That's why it is coming like this. So still I can make it pretty by setting up the CSS and other things. Okay. So these are the basics. So we have a form also. Okay. So I'll show. Yeah, so we do have a form elements also. The input type is equal to text, input type is equal to radio, and all these things. So I have a sample application which I written, which basically is for calculating the BMI. So let me show you, calculating the age actually. So so this is a static application. So what I have here is this is the HTML, and if you look at the body content, right? So this is all. This is a style. This is a CSS style page. Okay, we'll come back to this. This is body, and here this JavaScript also. Okay, so before going back, so this is the content. Div class is equal to container. So we are doing a div. We are doing a age calculator. So what we are asking is enter your date of birth, and we are asking for the input type is equal to date. And button on click क्या हो रहा है कि so once we do click on the on click the button click, so it should calculate the age. So for the age we return the function here in the Java. This is whole section is JavaScript. Okay, so this JavaScript, so what we are doing, if the input is not entered, please enter your date of birth. And we wrote a small chunk of code. So here we are taking the variables as date of birth and today. So what we do to calculate the age, so we do compare like year to year, month to month, and date to date, right? So this is what, so we are calculating first year to year, uh, and month to month difference and day to day difference. So and then we are rounding off the whole block, and we are printing the age here. Okay. So this other thing, if you see, right, this is a style for the body. Yeah, this is the style for the body, like what we want as a white, and the container as in the div, right? So if you see here, we wrote as container, class is equal to container. So we are identifying it by the class, and we do have a button, how the button should look like, right? So all the details we given here, this whole section is CSS, as in classic style sheet. So and then we have a background color. Okay, so let me run this one. Yeah. So what we are doing? So we entered this time. So 2004, Jan 16th something. Yeah, the age is 21 years old. Okay. So what's the difference between this one and this one is, so two things. One thing, we made the web page to look neat with the background elements and all. So that all possible through CSS. The second thing, when we are clicking something, right? So some action should happen. Okay. So 1993. So 1933 it came, or let me see. 19. Okay. Yeah, that's what it says. So based on once we are clicking this button, some action is happening. Okay. If you go to background, okay, let me increase the font. So I'm loading it. So my HTML is loaded, my XML, the div part loaded. Okay. So the sources console. Okay. So here I can click it through the UI. Okay. Yeah, this is what. So here we are not getting anything because the server side data, nothing is loading. So it's more, since it's hosted locally, like we are not getting any data here in the console. But if you look for a dynamic application, so we do get a lot of data here. So yeah, and we got the status code 200. Okay, so I'll tell you what is the status code, sir. So yeah, this is about static app. So three parts will be there. One is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Any doubts here before we proceed to the dynamic web application? So why I am showing you this is like it's there is no rule that okay you're supposed to learn the static app, you're supposed to know all these things. There is no such condition. It's like it will give you an overview. Okay, this is a static app and this is a dynamic app. This is how it works. So when you're hosting the applications, it's better you know how a application looks like from the code side. Okay. Before moving further, uh, let me know any questions for a dynamic app. Hi, trial 123. Thanks for your for efforts. Yes, man. I'm uploading it to a YouTube channel. Okay. I'll give you the link like after the Zoom session, right? I can give you the link. Yeah. This one, do you have any queries like before moving to dynamic app, right? So you people have any queries? Okay. So I'll consider no questions then. So I'll move to the dynamic app. Okay. So the dynamic app, as I told, there will be a change. Okay. The data change happens from the server side. So we are asking to change something or we are trying to read the data from server. Okay. So for this, so I have one sample application. Okay. For the dynamic app, we can do in multiple languages. Okay. So if we go back for Java, we have yeah. For Java, we have this one Spring Boot. Okay. And for Python, we have Django and Flask. So other than this, we have Node.js and other things also. Okay. So there's multiple ways we can set up a dynamic web app. Okay. And you have a .NET also. Okay. So what will I do now? I'll try to show you one easy one because Python Flask is would be little easy to understand the code. So my target here is like, okay, you will get an overview what exactly is happening, and then we'll proceed further. Okay. So this is a dynamic app. This is how it looks like. So you have a template of whatever is the data is there. So we do have a template here. It's something same code, whatever we seen earlier. We have a JavaScript functions, whatever the JavaScript we mentioned earlier. So all the JavaScript functions, and we do have a app.py. Okay. So from the look of it, yeah. So from the look of it, what we are doing is, so we are creating a database, pymysql.connect. Okay. And the root page, whenever we ask for the home page, we need to get the index.html and the DOB, right? So yeah, if we are posting into DOB, so it should get the register the data one. So what exactly it's happening? The earlier example, uh, yeah, the earlier example, we are not saving the data anywhere. Okay, so in this example, we are saving the data in the server. So this is the query: insert into users. Okay, and slash dob get. So it is trying to read the data from the server. Okay. So what will I do? In order to set this, I need to have a MySQL. Okay. That is a database. So this is how it looks like. So you have your web application and you have your database. Okay. So a database is nothing but a kind of a phone book kind of thing. It will store your other records. So we have RDBMS. SQL databases. So that would be MySQL and Postgres. Okay. We do have NoSQL databases, something like MongoDB. Okay. So right now we are using MySQL here. So what exactly is happen? What exactly happens is, let's say, yeah, let's say this is a user. Okay. So they are trying to query the data. They're trying to write function like calculate my date of birth. So what server is doing, it is calculating the thing and it is also storing in the database. Okay. So next time when you are asking to read the data, it will read the data from the database. Okay. And show it to the users. Okay. So how exactly does it happen? So here the app has something called processor. It called web application framework they call. So here in our case it is Flask. So what we're gonna do, so we'll set up a database also. This is MySQL. So I'm looking for community download. uh, so what I'm looking for, MySQL installer for Windows. Mm, let me check if my system has Python. So this is how we install MySQL. So install the server. So we do want workbench also. So so we have server component here. So what I do, I'll select the workbench also. Okay, and we don't have anything else. No, we have shell. Yeah. Okay, let me update my Python also. Okay. So Windows 64-bit. Yeah, looks like it in downloaded. Execute. Admin privileges. Customize install all users. So yeah, these are all default options. You are feel free to select any like standard default options. Okay, let me wait for it. So this is my MySQL workbench. So what will I do? I'll try to connect a local one. It is still installing. Okay. So let me give it. Okay. So installation is completed. So this is my development server. I'm keeping low profile, name pipe, and so full access to all users. So here I'm setting up my password. Okay. So what I'm setting up. So I'm creating a user, Flask user, and sk at the rate 123. Or let me check my code, what it is I given. So yeah, they specified root. So I can still specify Flask user, Flask at the rate 123. Okay. So I'll go back, Flask at the rate 123. Okay. I'm keeping DB admin. This guy has DB admin. Okay. So I'm clicking OK. So next, execute. Okay. So finish. So it started MySQL workbench, I guess. Okay, let me start it again. Yeah, it started MySQL workbench. So I have a local instance, which the connection came itself automatically. So which has my credentials, root user and my password in that schema. So test connection. So as I discussed earlier, the MySQL runs in port 3306. Okay. So create connection, close. Okay. So I'll increase the view. SQL editor. I'll change it to 16. Okay. Yeah, I tried increasing the font. It's not working. So what will I do? I'll type it here for the result. So what we are doing, the first one, show databases. So it will show that, okay, we have this many databases. Okay, let me give one more try. View preferences. Yeah. So I ran the query show databases. It is showing this many databases. So if I go back, my database name is DOBR. Okay. So what do you mean by database? So let me create database. So I'll execute it with this command. So it's saying create database action completed. So let me, yeah, if I run the database again, I can see the DOB app created. Okay. So what do you mean by databases here? Okay. The first one, you have a database schema you call. Okay. The next one, you have tables. Okay. So the next one you have, what is it? Rows and columns data. Okay. So this is the preference. So there will be multiple databases. Okay. So we need to select the right database. Okay. So what we did, ours is DOB app. So we are saying use DOB app. Okay. So the next thing is, so if we go back, we are running a query. So if you see our queries, we have multiple details. Insert into users DOB age, right? So, and here we have ID. So we have three fields. Okay. So that would be create. Okay. Create database DOB user. Okay. So what we are doing is creating a table. So we want for the table, we have three fields: ID, okay, DOB, age, right? So ID, DOB, age. So create table, and the table name is users. So here we need to select the fields: ID space int, DOB. I think it's a date format. Okay, age is it. Okay. Let me recheck the table. So yeah, we do have int as primary key, which is auto increment. Okay, so increment, and DOB date as in not null, and we do have age int. This is also not null. Okay, so we are not going to this one created timestamp default. Okay, so but let me see if we are using it. No. So what we'll do, I'll try with this workbench table. Okay, okay, okay. So I should use capital letters, users, ID. Okay, so let me try. Okay, closing at line 5. And, I'll use small letters. Okay, and ID. And Yeah, I think I have a small problem here. Let me try with this. Okay, I think I have extra comma. So let me remove it. Okay, and this would be a primary key. Yeah, let's run it. Yeah, so this is done. So what will I do? Insert into users. Okay, one, let me see. Select star from users. Okay, I'm not getting any data. So what will I do? I'll copy it and I'll post it in GitHub. So if people wants to go through it, okay. Supposed to do insert, but let me try the code again. So do you have now? Now I think I have a Python. Let me do one more try. Go to terminal, Python app.py, dynamic Python 3 space app. Okay, one second. Yeah, so here it is. I'm turning off again. Yeah, I'll try with the new CMD. Yeah, let me try it again. Let me launch a new CMD. Python, please. Okay, fine. Let me remove from the Python. So, installer. So I'll go back again, open this Python. Okay, add Python and estimates. I'm reinstalling Python again to set it to my path. So the path would be here. If I open properties, yeah. So this is my system environments variable. So this is how it looks like. Yeah. So this is my path. In this path, we have the Python also. Technically, we are supposed to have a Python as well. Okay. So let me check it has or not. Yeah. It's saying it added. Yeah. So the Python path got added by the script itself. So let me try the Python. Yeah. So our Python is working fine. So let's go back. So here in this one, so if I come back to my code, so I'll open a new one. I'm using Flask. So what will I do? I'll install Flask here. Go to terminal. So Python pip install Flask pip with 3. Okay. Python not work. I'll run a command prompt pip Python. Okay. Let me close it and reopen. Yeah. So it is getting stuck. Okay. So let me try again. So I have Python module pip install Flask. So this is the command. Okay. So now flask.install is scripts, but that's okay. So now I'll try to run the code. Okay. So technically you're supposed to get the Python here. You are not getting auto detect. Okay. Either think I need to set up an extension. No. App.py. I think my Python install came in, so that's why I got the run Python here. So I'm running it. So it's saying PyMySQL module not found. Okay, so let me install that one also. So this also. Hmm. So far, we installed three programs: Flask, mysql, and cryptograph. Let me try it again. Hmm. So now what's happening is it's asking for my root password. So what will I do? Instead of root, I'll use this user Flask and Flask 123. And if you are aware of into the networking class, you would have known the local host. What do you mean by local host? So local host is where you're trying to connect to this laptop itself, not outside, not anywhere. So let me use that. Yeah. So my server is active at port 5000. Let me open it. Okay. I think the CSS is not proper, but that's okay. So yeah, age saved. The age is 12 years. So what we are getting a pop-up here instead of this. So yeah, let me try a different one. Okay. So now the age says 19 years. So let's say if I want to see like whoever is trying to add the entries, right? Like someone is trying to check the data birth. So all the entries, they are coming inside here. Okay. So let me delete this and yeah. So their age is 31. So all this data, like if I do a refresh, so all this data I'm getting here. So what will I do if I go to my server? So if I enter /dob, it's get saving the data. Okay. If I'm trying to read the dob, yeah, it's returning my data as this format. Okay. So this is how a dynamic web app works, like the same diagram. So it's trying to read it from the database. Whatever entries we are adding, it will save it in database. So from here, like here, I'll be concluding this session, the application development session one. So in session two, we will go through what exactly is happening in the background, and we will go through. I'm thinking we might go through Nginx to start. We might start Nginx and Git and Nginx. So two sessions we can start later in the next week. So yeah, and I'll also show you what is APIs, how to get write the APIs like REST APIs and all. So as I mentioned, I'm not going in deep for the web development. I'm going the scratch. Like okay, you should know basics. This is how what happens. So there is a get call and there is a post call. So this is the get and this is the post. So it will take at least 1 hour time to explain all these things. But yeah, we'll give it a try. Think. Thank you for joining.